Are you in a love relationship that you'd like to see improve? Well, I'd like to talk to you about love languages. What is a love language? This is the way one expresses and receives love. Just like you have different languages. You have English, you have Luganda, you have Swahili, you have Chinese, you have American English or Portuguese. Love also has different languages. If, for example, you're speaking Chinese and I'm trying to speak to you in English, when I speak English, you may not understand me because you only speak Chinese. If I speak English and you're trying to speak to me in Luo, I will not understand you. That's the same thing that happens in expressing love to one another. You'll find that somebody is trying to express love and maybe he's saying, I love you, I cannot do without you. But what somebody needs is something else. Maybe they need a gift. It means that their love language is not words, it's probably gifts. So it's important to understand the different love languages, then to understand your particular dominant love languages and also your partner's love languages. So one's love language is simply the dominant way that they express love and also the way they would like to be loved. A Christian counselor and psychologist called Gary Chapman came up with these 5 love languages. He has an entire book that has been helpful in counseling couples. It's called The 5 Love Languages. Counselors like myself have found this book to be very helpful, both in personal life and also in the relationships of people I counsel. So, what are the 5 love languages that Gary Chapman talks about? The first one is called words of affirmation. If my love language is words of affirmation, it means that I understand love or I feel loved when you say something good to me, when you say that you love me, or when you appreciate me. People with this love language want to be reassured. They want to be told something that uplifts them. They want you to send them text messages. Any form of words, whether it is a letter or a card or a WhatsApp chat or an audio message, will work for them. If you talk about them in public, those words will go deep in their heart. They will mean a lot. They will remember the words you said because that is their dominant love language. It is simply the way God wired them. So if your partner's love language is words of affirmation, you need to look for ways to express love with words. During the day, while they're at work, send them a text message. Send them an audio WhatsApp message or call them and tell them, I've been thinking about you. I really wouldn't know where I would be if it were not for you. Or, I've just been thinking about the time we met and I treasure the fact that I have you in my life. Wow. Such words to a person whose love language is words of affirmation will make their day. You'll boost them. They'll run for a whole month or even a year on those words. Even Jesus said, man does not live on bread alone, but on every word that proceeds from the mouth of God. God knows that words are life to us, and even the words from our partners can, to a great extent, give us life and refresh us. So if you identify that your partner's love language is words of affirmation, always seek out ways to express love to them using words. It's also worth noting that a person whose love language is words of affirmation is crushed by negative words. Just like positive words elate and boost them, negative words demoralize and crush them. Negative words cause them to feel like they are not important. It means that you have to be careful with your words because they might be kept in their hearts. Try to give positive words to them. If you are pointing out something wrong they have done that they need to correct, use the sandwich method. When you have 2 slices of bread and maybe you put an omelette in between them, that's a sandwich. It's a slice of bread, the omelette, and then another slice of bread. Similarly, positive criticism using the sandwich method is you saying something positive, then you bring the correction or the rebuke, and then you end with something positive. This way, the person knows that you love them and you want to help them to do the right thing. That is the love language of words of affirmation and how it works. The second love language is called quality time. A person whose love language is quality time wants to spend time with them. Undivided time. Take note of the word quality. We could spend a lot of time with each other, but at the end of it all, I didn't feel you. It means the time spent was quantitative, but not qualitative. Yes, we are together, but your mind and your attention are somewhere else. You are talking to me, but you are on phone or you are watching a TV program. If it is a man, you are watching football or you are on your phone chatting with so-and-so. Quality time means you put away all distractions and focus your attention on your partner. Focus on hearing them and feeling them and understanding where they are at. As a matter of fact, the person whose love language is quality time just wants to be understood. I've noticed that many times when men are listening to their wives, in their mind they are trying to find ways to fix their problem. Listen first, not to fix the problem, but first to understand. Then later, you may fix the problem if necessary. In listening to understand, you should listen actively. You may say things like, wow, or that was so painful. How can somebody do that? In other words, you feel what they feel, and by the time you leave, somebody will really know that you care about them because you've taken time not only to listen to them, but also to understand how they feel. If a couple is having quality time and talking and understanding the feelings of one another, at the end of the day, they can hold hands and pray about issues they've discussed. By the time they leave, they are really edified. Someone will feel like, yes, this is it. If you're in a love relationship and you are all the time moving here and there, you are on this and on that journey, or you are talking to everyone else apart from your partner, you need to check yourself. You need to deliberately set time aside for your partner. You could go out on a date so that you can give undivided attention to them. If you don't do this, believe you me, your relationship is dying. This is very important. So, quality time, that's the second love language. The third love language is the language of gifts. You could call it giving and receiving gifts. A person whose love language is gifts only thrives or believes that somebody loves them when they give them a tangible gift. However many words one may say without a gift, they will not feel they are loved. Even in the famous Bible passage, John 3:16, it says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son." If God had only stopped at telling us he loves us through his written word, that is, words of affirmation, without sending his Son, then perhaps we would never have understood his love. God not only gave, he gave his best. Jesus was heaven's best. So in your relationship with your spouse, your husband, your wife, or your fiancé, are you giving a gift that is worthwhile? Are you going out of your way to give the best gift? If you understand that your partner's love language is gifts, then you should always look out for ways to give or send them gifts, both small and big. Today, it might be a shoe. Tomorrow, it might be a sweet. The other day, it might be a watch. The fact that you take time and think about something and then go out of your way and do it communicates love to your partner. So, words of affirmation, quality time, gifts. Then the fourth love language is called acts of service. What are acts of service? This is showing care to someone by doing things to help, assist, or support them. If one's love language is acts of service, then you go out of your way to do something that will lighten their burden. Maybe they have a deadline to hit at their workplace, and you offer to help type their work on your laptop. Wow! They will feel you care. They will feel the love. Maybe if it is a man, you help them polish their shoes. If it is a lady, you help her cook a meal. If it is your husband, you help him go to the bank to withdraw or deposit some money. Whatever you do that lightens their load, they will feel that you surely care. I find that this is the love language dominant with my wife Judy. We share quality time, but for her, one of her dominant love languages is acts of service. So early in our marriage, I had to learn to do acts of service. I had to learn to do things like cleaning the house and bathing the baby. These are things that were not natural to me. The only chore I grew up doing was washing dishes. That's not a difficult thing to me, but I have had to learn many other chores because that is my wife's dominant love language. If I don't understand Acholi, but that's what my partner speaks, then I have to do everything I can to learn Acholi. After some time, it even starts to become my secondary love language. So, identify whether your partner's love language is acts of service and always find ways to lighten their load such that they know that you care. The fifth love language is called physical touch. A person whose love language is physical touch only understands love when you touch them, when you hug them, when you kiss them, when you carry them, when you stroke their hair, when you scratch their back, or any other physical act of tenderness. That is the way they understand love. Such a person will need you to hold their hands as they walk together on the streets. When they are crying, they will need you to hug them. It's just the way God wired them. It is therefore very important for you to understand your partner's love languages and then express love in that way. Now, we shouldn't confuse sex for physical touch because sex is one of the needs, especially for the man. The woman and the man need sex, but for the man, it's a dominant need. So it might not be the man's dominant love language, but it might just be the fact that somebody is a man. Every male creature needs sex. So it is important to do the love language test to identify whether one's love language is indeed physical touch. So, these are the 5 love languages. One more thing that Gary Chapman highlights in his book on this subject is establishing the immediate area in which your spouse needs to be shown love. He calls it the love tank. Like any tank, the love tank may be full of love or empty or somewhere in between. To ascertain this fact, Gary proposes asking your spouse questions like, "Hey honey, how is your love tank?" They could reply, "It's at 50%. To this, you could ask a follow-up question like, "What can I do to fill up your love tank?" That question allows your partner to express their need because much as you may know somebody's love language, there might be a particular need of love that they want to express or they want you to feel. So they may tell you, "Just give me a hug," or "Help me wash the dishes." Then you may go ahead and meet their immediate and specific love need. Jesus said in John chapter 13 verse 17, "Now that you know these things, you will be blessed if you do them." If we practice these love languages with the people God has placed us in our lives, we will enjoy a much healthier and fruitful relationship. If you would like to take the love language test, tap the link in the description or comment section and fill the test for free and take your relationship to the next level. See you in the next video. God bless you.